Hi, I'm Richard Randall, and welcome to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty and the host of the program. This is the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Colorado's Real Estate Authority, Barb Schlinker. Barb Schlinker is a retired Navy veteran. Barb's an author. Barb's also a pilot, and Barb and her team enjoy all that Colorado and the Front Range have to offer. Barb, always great to be talking with you. Now, we air Your Real Estate Voice every Saturday, and if you can't listen to the entire show, it is always available on Barb's site, barbhasthebuyers.com, or go ahead and search Barb. You'll find her on most popular podcast platforms such as iHeartRadio. Every week, Your Real Estate Voice covers great information about the housing market and one of your largest assets, that's your home. Barb, what are we going to be covering today?
Well, Richard, I've been having fun doing some research to see what the experts are saying about where the Colorado real estate market is going, the predictions into 2025, and how do I get a cash offer on my home will be the next topic. And then this one I get asked an awful lot, which is, should a home seller make repairs on their home before they sell their home? Some are not necessary, some probably are. It really depends on the price range and all those things. So that's part of what we do. So we'll go into some details about what you can focus on when you're getting your house ready for sale. And the very last topic we haven't talked a lot about, but I think it's important on the buyer's side. How does a buyer prepare their home for, I'm sorry, let me say that again. How does a buyer prepare to buy a home, both financially and all the processes that they have to get ready for to move into their new home? And as always, I love talking about my hot new listings. Richard?
Now, Barb, the real estate market has had some recent turmoil, which could actually be good for buyers and not so good for sellers. Tell us about that, Barb.
Well, we've got new statistics just in. So I've been watching these statistics every week. I have this really cool software that will show me almost on a daily basis what is going on with the trends, the average sales price, the average list price, what's the days on market. Those are good indicators to get a feel for what's happening. But what I've noticed is since July, the prices have actually decreased a bit in El Paso County. It's not the same in Douglas County. Douglas County's been relatively flat. What I see in Douglas County is the days on market are going up. Similar in El Paso County, but what we're seeing pretty much for the last 5 weeks in a row, a substantial drop in prices. Now the median list price for a home, that's the middle, is about 529,000. That's off by 5,000 as compared to mid-November. And the average days on market keeps getting longer and longer. So why does that matter? Some sellers are patient. They'll tell me, I don't, I'll wait. I'm not in a hurry. It's okay. I'll wait for the right buyer. And that's fine too. But most home sellers really don't like the pain of having to have their house show ready every single day. The surprises that they get of the showings, or the lack of feedback that they get from the agents that are showing about what did the buyer actually think. They're wondering, why didn't they make me an offer? That kind of thing. And so sometimes the agents really don't know what the buyers really are looking for. And so they just take them to show a lot of homes and hope that one of them, connects with the buyer. And so there's some indicators that are pretty important. One of them is pending sales. So we're seeing in El Paso County, pending sales are starting to drop pretty substantially. If you look at the total sales of the year, however, if you compare it to 2023, it's almost the same. So what we're hearing from the experts going forward is we're kind of expecting more of the same, except that the average days on market has gone up substantially. It's gone up over 92 days in El Paso County, and it's still to this day less costly to rent with these higher interest rates than it is to buy. So a buyer really has to want to buy a home, and many of them do. The whole idea of home ownership and the permanency of it and being able to, enjoy the home that you own and stop paying your landlord's mortgage is wonderful for most home buyers, but they have to be able to afford the payment. So that's where they run into problems. And we're seeing right now that more sellers are withdrawing their homes off the market right now, and they can do it financially because they're probably sitting on very low interest rates. And so a lot of them want to wait out the holidays as well. So actually, if you are needing to sell, the holidays is a really good time because the homes look so pretty. They're decorated. And many times the buyers that are looking for homes over the holidays are very serious, very committed about getting it to the finish line. So that's good news. What's happening in mortgage rates right now is we're seeing that the rates have dropped since it's really been weird. Like right before the election, the 30-year fix was at 6.10. After the election, it went up to 7.4. I don't know why the surge, but there was an automatic reaction from the buyers. They quit buying. So I think people pricing mortgages, the people that deliver the money, they understand supply and demand, and they can see that, hey, at these rates, buyers aren't buying as much. Maybe they'll correct it down. So we've gone from 7.4 down to 6.9. For a government loan, you can probably get about 6.23. And so as a result, we're seeing more homes on the market and longer times to sell, which means there's more choices for buyers and there's more competition for sellers. So when a seller prices a home, they have to get that right. I talk to home sellers all the time that tell me, well, my former agent said to price it here. He said the price was fine. But the market's going to tell you almost immediately if the price is not fine. It's going to tell you by the volume of showings. It's going to tell you by the feedback or whether or not you're getting offers. So if you don't want to wait 3 months or longer to sell your home, the best thing to do is price it what I call very realistically versus optimistically. And we can help you do that. As part of what we do to help our home sellers, we give them advice on what to do and what not to do to get their house ready for sale. Picking the right agent is absolutely critical when you sell a home. Pricing it right is critical too. And that's because the buyers won't come if it's overpriced. They won't even show up. And that's a big surprise for most sellers. A lot of sellers will tell me, well, why don't they just make an offer? But they have fear that you won't accept their offer, right? So they don't even go look at it. They don't get excited about it if they think the home is overpriced. And because of all these tech companies that are out there like Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, they're showing the world what all the homes around you are worth. So the buyers are getting very well educated about the market and they just won't look at it if they think it's overpriced. And you have to make sure that your home is promoted properly, meaning the pictures have to be a wow in order to get the buyer to even show up. So if you're interested in getting tips on what to do, on how to get your house ready for sale to command top dollar, we offer some great free reports on the website, barbhasthebuyers.com. Just go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on the green button. Or if you are ready to make a move now, give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. And my name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I'm also the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. And we're talking about what the experts are saying the Colorado housing predictions should be for 2025. And next up, we're going to talk about what the experts actually think about the market ahead. So if you are thinking of making a move, I have over 28,041 buyers in waiting just on my little website looking for homes. And we can typically match at least 700 of those buyers that have put in all the criteria for your home to get it sold very quickly. So give us a call at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
Now, Barb, we're discussing the current real estate market and how people can be prepared if they want to buy or sell. So, what should home sellers expect and do in a market situation like this one?
Well, I think there are quite a few buyers kind of sitting on the sidelines, kind of hoping that the rates go down and that the prices go down. So the prices are flat in Douglas County and El Paso County. They are dropping a bit in the past 5, 6 weeks. And so that's okay if they do that. But I think what happens is if they wait too long and they see that the prices have dropped or that they see that the rates go down, other buyers are going to enter the market and compete with them. And so, in any market, typically buyers have a really good radar detection on a great deal, and they will jump on it in a heartbeat. But I would say if they're sitting on the sidelines waiting, I wouldn't wait too long, because if you do, then you're probably going to be facing competition when if the rates come down just a little bit. And, most buyers take a hard look at the changes of interest rates. That's what they care about. So not so much the actual number. So typically the lenders can solve their problem. We just put a deal together actually today where the buyer asked for a high amount of closing costs because what they're going to do with that money is buy the interest rate down. And the seller was okay with it. Actually, the seller had just decided to make a price adjustment. So before we had time to do that, the offer came in. I told the seller, let's wait and see what the offer is. And fortunately, we ended up getting the seller more than what their correction was. So they were pretty pleased with that. And the buyer got what they wanted. They got their price, they got their closing cost, and we're moving forward towards the closing. But according to experts like Freddie Mac, who provides a lot of the funding for loans in the country, they are expecting the home prices to actually increase in 2025. And although inventory may be somewhat higher than what we saw at the end of 2022 and the first part of 2023, which means there's more competition, the interest rates might be a little bit lower going into next year, which means the buyers are going to jump on it. And so what I think home sellers should be doing in this market right now is be flexible, provide options just like a builder does. A builder offers buy downs for interest rates. Make sure that you update the home enough to compete with new homes, especially if you have a lot of new home competition around you. So make sure things like the flooring is fresh. Any kind of deferred maintenance or what appears to be dated could mean the difference between a buyer opting for your home versus another home. Carpet, if you have drama carpet, it's best to correct that. Paint for sure. If it is very dramatic, it's best to correct that. Curb appeal is absolutely critical. So I know it's hard this time of year, but I would consider trying to paint the front door. If you catch a warm day, maybe fix that broken doorbell that a lot of people have because of the weather. Trim up your bushes, update the mulch beds, and then inside the home, make sure you're taking care of things like, just declutter, make sure that the appliances match, and that there's no broken stuff and it doesn't feel dated or tired right now. We had a house that recently that was priced very realistically. So pricing is driving everything right now. And what they did was, even though we could prove the value at a higher number than where they priced the home, the similar sales were between 490 and 540. The seller went ahead and priced at 499, and we sold it in 2 weeks at 515. So that's the way to reduce the pain point of waiting for, months and months to sell your home. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. Richard?
You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if you're thinking of making a move, call Barb at 719-301-3900 or visit barbhasthebuyers.com. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about how do you get a cash offer on your home. You don't want to miss that.